How can something as solid as the ground suddenly turn deadly? In seconds, calm turns to chaos. Buildings crumble, streets split, lives change forever. That's exactly what happened when a deadly 7.7 magnitude earthquake struck Myanmar, sending shockwaves across the region, rattling cities hundreds of miles away. But this wasn't just one random event. It's part of a deeper story about the planet we live on, a planet that's constantly moving beneath our feet. I'm Joanne Serrieh, and this is Pixel. Let's take a deeper look at earthquakes, what causes them, why some regions are more vulnerable, and how you can protect yourself if one strikes. We can start with the basics. The Earth's surface might feel stable, but it's actually made up of enormous slabs of rock called tectonic plates. These plates are always shifting, slowly, sometimes just a few centimeters a year. But when they collide, grind past each other, or get stuck, trouble brews. That friction builds up pressure over time. And eventually, the pressure becomes too much and something has to give. When it does, the energy is released in what we call an earthquake. Now, the depth of an earthquake matters a lot. Shallow earthquakes like the one in Myanmar are often far more destructive because the energy has less distance to travel to the surface. This particular quake struck near the Sagang Fault, one of the most active seismic zones in the region. It happened close to Earth's surface, amplifying the shaking. In Naypyidaw, rescue crews raced against time, searching for survivors buried beneath the rubble. In Bangkok, over 800 miles away, high-rise buildings swayed, construction cranes toppled, and traffic came to a halt. Early estimates suggest more than 800,000 people felt the strongest shaking. And whenever such a major earthquake strikes with this extent of damage and death toll, people ask, can we predict them? The short answer, no. Despite decades of research, scientists still can't pinpoint when an earthquake will happen. What they can do is identify risk zones, areas near active fault lines where earthquakes are likely to happen. Some of the most well-known ones include the San Andreas Fault in California. That's one of the most studied fault lines in the world. The Pacific Ring of Fire, a massive zone stretching around the Pacific Ocean, covering countries like Japan, Indonesia, Chile, and the west coast of the Americas. The Himalayan Belt, where the Indian and Eurasian plates collide, affecting countries like Nepal and northern India. These are closely monitored, but again, even in these hotspots, timing remains unpredictable. What scientists can forecast are aftershocks, smaller tremors that follow the main event caused by the Earth adjusting to its new position. In Myanmar's case, aftershocks could continue for months, and some may be strong enough to cause more damage or panic. So if we can't predict earthquakes, at least there are some guidelines to follow if you find yourself in one. If you're indoors, drop to the ground immediately, find cover under something sturdy like a desk or a table, hold on until the shaking stops. Stay away from windows and glass. Don't use elevators. And once the shaking ends, be cautious. Gas leaks, fires, and falling debris are common risks after a quake. If you're outside, move to an open area, away from buildings, trees, and power lines. In some places, earthquakes can even trigger tsunamis, landslides, or fires, so staying aware of your environment is crucial. Countries like Japan and California have strict building codes and early warning systems designed to reduce casualties. But in many parts of the world, like rural areas in Myanmar, infrastructure simply isn't built to withstand such powerful shocks. That's when the death toll climbs. While we may not be able to predict earthquakes, understanding the science, knowing the risks, and preparing for the worst can save lives. I'm Joanne Serrieh. See you next time on Pixel from Al Arabiya News.